Hey, it's your girl, Allison Williams.
Hey, this is Devon Howard.
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell.
Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody, this is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tangeray Hayward.
Hey, everybody, this is Yazira.
Hi, this is Mason.
Hey, everybody, this is Russell Taylor.
Hey, guys, what's up? This is Ness.
Hey, this is Kenny Allen.
What's up, everybody? This is Cecily.
Hey, this is Corey J.
Hey, this is your girl, Castella.
Hey, everybody, this is Rebecca G.
Hey, everyone, this is Hill Street Soul.
What's up, good people? This is bassist Hubert Hughes IV.
This is Melvin Lee Davis.
Yo, what's second? This is Noel Gordon.
Hey, this is your girl, Lady Alma, and you're listening to my friend Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bass Entertainment Podcast. It's your boy, Troy Saunders here. Yeah. I just wanted to tell you, this week, within the past week, I got some news that I am part of the class of 2024 for the Recording Academy. Yeah. Here's a hand clap for that one. So I want to just thank the Academy and thank everybody that voted for me and allowed me to have this great opportunity. This is one of those opportunities that I've always wished that I had. Ever since a little kid, I would say, well, I want to go to the Grammys. I want to be able to vote for the Grammys. I want to be able to put my input on what people like and express my views on music. Because I felt I always had a good point of view on music. Even when I was a little kid, I would listen to stuff and people were like, what do you listen to? I'm like, y'all better get into it because if you don't know this, something wrong with you. I was always schooling the people. So, here it is years later and finally, one of my dreams has come to fruition. So thank you. And I want to thank Miss China Black. Yeah. And, I want to thank Miss Terry Jones. Yes. For their wonderful, wonderful recommendations. So, without them, I wouldn't have gotten this far. So, once again, in case you just tuning in, also, I want to tell you this. In case you just tuning in and you don't know what we do here at Bass Entertainment Podcast, we bring you the best in indie, jazz, soul, R&B, house, inspirational. Matter of fact, any music that makes you feel good, that's what we bring. We just want to uplift your spirits, make you feel good, make you love on one another, make you share love. And we just want to, give love to folks. So if you're here and you all in the name of love and if you need a little uplifting, that's what we're here for. So without further ado, the brother that we have on today is all about the love. Yeah, he's jazz, he's soulful, he's R&B, he's a soulful crooner, in the veins of Gregory Porter, Luther Vandross, Marvin Gaye. He's like all of them all mixed up together. So we're going to play a little something from Mr. Roderick Harper, yes. Usually I play something, I go back first and bring the music up to the latest thing. But I think I'm going to play a little something from the latest album first. I'm going to change it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go back a little bit. So I'm going to play this song is called Love Is in the Air. And I thought it was just a fitting start to this podcast. So at least it's this podcast episode, shall we say. And so I'm going to start off with Love Is in the Air. Check this out. I know you're going to love it.
Of my life. They say when she comes
arms, you'll know where the connection is strong. Her aura, straight from God and angel. I know it's real love we're creating. Love is in the air. My heart just can't hide. It took some time to realize love was staring me right in my eyes. Started out as friends, the closer we became.
Yeah. I know if you're not feeling that in the first minute and 30 seconds, something's wrong with y'all. That is just smooth and sexy right there. And y'all know me, I'm all about smooth and sexy music. So, but without further ado, I want to introduce you. I want to start this conversation with the incomparable, the incredible, the soulful, Mr. Roderick Harper.
Peace. Thank you so much for having me on this show. I really, really appreciate it. I really do.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. I've been trying to get you on for a while. And you was like, nah, not yet. Let me drop this. Oh, wait, no, not yet. So I'm glad to finally have you on.
Yes, I'm glad to be here, honestly.
So,
and congratulations also on you becoming a member of the Academy as well.
Well, thank you. Matter of fact, I think we could use a little more volume.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right.
Let me see something. Maybe it's my headphones. Let me see. All right, say something now.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Oh, that sounds better. Okay. So I just turned up the volume on you a little bit. All right. So yeah, thank you. And thank you on the, congratulations on this new project. I'm just loving it. It just came out last week, y'all. So that's another reason I'm not playing all of it for you. I need you to go on out there and support. I need you to go on out there and download, subscribe, and share with your folks. So if I played the whole thing, you might think, you might think you heard everything. I want you to feel hungry. I want to leave you thirsty. So you can go say, hey, let me go and check this out, because I like that right there. But Troy dropped this. So and in case y'all don't know, Mr. Roderick Harper, I mean, it's 2024, but this brother's been doing it since the late 1990s, right? 99 or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
My first recording was back in like 99, 2000. Yes.
Yeah. And we're going to play something from that too.
Okay.
But before we play that, we want to say, so it said that you always love singing. So, would everybody sing in your house?
Yes. And the reason why I say that with hesitation is because one person thought they could really sing and the other person really could sing. My mother was the real singer. My father loved to sing and says that he was the reason why I sound the way I sound. But it was my mother.
Yeah, my father could sing too. My mother didn't even claim singing. She could sing. But my father could sing. So it was just the opposite for me.
Yes.
So did you grow up? You're in Louisiana now, right?
Yes, I am.
Did you grow up in Louisiana?
My parents are from Louisiana. I was born in Washington, D.C. But, especially back then, your parents ship you off the day after school gets out. So I spent all my summers here. And then once I graduated from high school, I went to HBCU down here. And I've lived here off and on throughout my life. But now I'm here for good now.
Yeah. There's no place like Louisiana, though.
Absolutely.
The culture, the energy, the
food.
Yes. Well, of course, the food. Of course, the food. If you're a foodie, that's the place to be.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, I had a friend of mine recently, when I told him that you was going to be on the podcast. He lives in Beaufort, South Carolina. And he was like, "Oh, I saw Roderick Harper in Savannah not too long ago." He said, "That boy is smooth." So I'm so glad that, you know, he knew who I was talking about. And not only that he, you know, went to go see you. So,
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So since 1999, for a lot of years, you was doing a lot of jazz, you know, which I love. I mean, your voice is just fitting for all that stuff. I mean, you was covering everybody, Yvonne Lenz and Betty Carter, and I mean, you was doing it. And you worked with Ellis Marsalis. How did that happen?
Which thing?
Well, right. Well, let's get to the Ellis Marsalis. How did that happen?
When I went to Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the gentleman that was over the program, his name is Alvin Baptiste. He's a famous jazz clarinetist and educator. And I went there. Well, in my heart, I went there with intentions on singing and doing theater and stuff like that. But both of my parents were educators. So I went there to get a degree in political science, quote unquote. But I hung out in the music department. And the second I stepped into the music department, I just was swept away. And I had already started exploring jazz like in high school, but I didn't quite understand it. And so I was blessed to be allowed to come into his circle and become a part of the jazz ensemble and just learn to develop under him. So to make that long story short, he and Ellis Marsalis were great friends. You know, they went to school together, grew up and all that stuff. Excuse me. So at a certain point in college, my friends and I would go from Baton Rouge, which is like 45 minutes away from New Orleans, to New Orleans to check out, you know, Ellis play, because Ellis played like almost every weekend at this club called Snug Harbor. And I told Mr. Bat, that's what we called him, you know, I really would love to like sit in with him. And he said, well, just ask him. He was like, just tell him you're one of my students. And so I did. And he let me sit in one time. And then after that, you know, he told me I could come back, you know, anytime I wanted. So I kept coming back. And then eventually, once I graduated from college, he asked me if I wanted to, you know, have the gig. And of course, I got it. So that's how that happened.
All right. So did you graduate with that degree of political science, or did you change your major?
I do have a bachelor's in political science with a minor in jazz studies.
Mm-hmm. All right. So were your parents happy that you kept their political science, or
Absolutely.
Or what did they not want you to major in music?
No. My mother's brother was in music. And you know, we've had a few people in our family that were in music, and they just didn't want that for me. I mean, they have different degrees of success in it, but so it was already in me, but I already knew what I wanted to do. But I just, you know, I'm an only child. I was just trying to do what my parents were asking me to do. So that's how that happened.
You know what? I get it, because I remember when I went to high school, I went to art and music high school, and I went in. I got accepted for music and art. At the time, I played the trumpet and also was an artist. And I had to think, all right, which one would I think my parents would say I had a better chance of making money at? So I dropped music and I went to art, even though I really knew that music is probably what I really wanted, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But it still didn't stop me, because like you said, you go into the music department, and I said, oh, wait a second. I went to the voice teacher. I said, wait a second. Can I at least be a part of the chorus? She's like, yeah, come on. So I was still around all the music people.
Elementary school and middle school and stuff like in high school, you know, I was in the choir. Mm-hmm. I was in city choirs as well as the high school choir. I was in musical theater in high school. I also played a couple of instruments from elementary school through high school. It's just that I didn't really have anybody motivating me to stick with it, because my first instrument was violin. I played clarinet, trombone, guitar, and I just never stuck with them, and I regret that, so I can peck around on stuff, but that's about it.
I know I got like I said, I totally understand, because I have a trumpet downstairs that I had since middle school, and it just got so much dust on it, don't make any sense. The valves all stick. And I was like, daggone, I should have stuck with it. But hey, I'm still happy where I'm at now. So, I mean, all things happen for a reason.
Absolutely.
So, since we were talking about, now, how long between graduating out of college did you start working on your first album or something? Did that happen immediately, or did you just do clubs and stuff?
The first recording I did was when I was graduating from college. It was a gentleman by the name of Kent Jordan. He's a jazz flautist out of New Orleans, from another famous music family here. His brother is Marlon Jordan. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He plays trumpet. But anyway, so he was recording an album, and he asked me to sing on it along with, I had a friend of mine that was a bass player. So we would drive back and forth from Baton Rouge to New Orleans to record this album. And the day of our graduation, I had to go into the studio. So my parents, they came to the graduation and all that stuff like that. I hugged them and kissed them, all that stuff like that. And then literally right after graduation, I got on the road to go to New Orleans to finish recording this record.
Wow. So, they said, we came all the way down here, you leave us.
Oh yeah, I heard all that, but
Oh man. And then how much time passed before you started doing your own thing?
I was gigging. I had been gigging while I was in college, so that just spilled over. So I was gigging probably for 7-8 years before my actual first recording, which was like 99, 2000.
Well, like I said, I want to go back to that first recording, because that was a beautiful thing, and it's called "Beautiful Beginnings."
Yes.
And one of the songs that I like on there is "Moonlight."
Okay.
So I want everybody to check this out. I want you to know that, Roderick has been doing this for a while. And if you're just being turned on to his music, it's good to go back. I like to go back and check out the earlier stuff and find out where he's coming from, to know the history on somebody, and also to hear the changes. I love hearing the changes in their sound from the beginning to now. And
early.
Yeah. But it was still beautiful. So anyway, check this out. This is called Moonlight, y'all.
In the moonlight, when the shadows play, when the thought of what could happen takes your breath away, sighs and whispers, quiet magic in the air, unspoken invitations everywhere. In the moonlight, all the words you say make it relatively easy to be swept away. In the half-light, can we trust the way we feel? Can we be sure that anything is real? Stars keep secrets as they're wandering discreetly, while the echoes of a song go drifting by.
Did you always have a voice more mature than your age? It seems like you would have.
Like after when my voice changed, when your voice changes preteen, because my voice used to be very, very high. And I used to sing like I always, in terms of singing and music, I was always drawn to the female voice. But I like more like the grown woman voice, the timbre of the grown woman's voice. And once my voice dropped, I still had that concept in my head. As I started getting a little older, I started being drawn to like the timbre of like a Sarah Vaughan, Carmen McRae, people like that, but that had these rich, and I just, and then, and of course, like the Arthur Prysox and Johnny Hartman. And I used to always get frustrated because it was like I was so young, and it was like, and it was explained to me as I get older, the timbre of my voice will get richer, and so I was always looking forward to that. So I guess because I had that in my head, I don't know if I was emulating it or what, but yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that. But it sounds like your delivery and your style seems like it comes from an older generation.
I'm definitely an old spirit. Like I used to, when I was young, I used to always think I actually, like I was really here, like during a different period of time because of the kind of music and the kind of stuff that I was drawn to wasn't from necessarily my generation. I mean, I liked the stuff from my generation, but the stuff that really connected with me was from another time period before me.
What were some of those things that you were connecting to as a kid?
Definitely like the style of like the 30s and 40s, the music, the sophistication, expressions of love. And then I'm a Cancer, so I'm a gentleman, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So all pushed together. Yeah.
I get it. Because well, I'm a Pisces, so we are very into that, our feelings and stuff like that too.
Yeah, and, my best friend Pisces.
And so that's what I'm trying to say. I feel this. I know exactly what you mean because I feel the same thing. I would listen to stuff that was like years prior, or even if the stuff that I was listening to now if it was a latest artist that was out at the time when I was a kid, I would gravitate to the love songs that they sang. I would gravitate to, because I think that was that's when they used their voice the best, I think. And they emoted the most emotion was in a love song.
And I'm a visual person. So like I could see it. And if I can see it, I can feel it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I put myself into those kind of situations and explore it.
Hey, this is Lettucey, and I love the Bass Entertainment Podcast, hosted by my friend, Troy Saunders. Listening experiences for the indie artist aficionado.
Well, I am so glad that you became a jazz vocalist initially. But as we come into the 2000s, we see that you have a little R&B in there that you want to get to the folks too.
Yes. Well, in college, I did not just jazz. While I was in college, I was doing, we had those side bands and stuff like that. So I was doing R&B stuff. I was actually singing all kinds of stuff. With my voice, I had a voice class, so I had to sing classical as well. So I've been singing R&B a majority of my life, actually longer than I've been singing jazz, but just not professionally or anything like that. And so I guess within recent years, I was like, well, I've been recording, these jazz recordings, and I'm not on a major label. So I don't have anybody like holding me into a box and saying, well, you can only do this. And I said, well, I wanted to explore it. So I know I believed I could do it. I just never have documented it. So I said, well, let me try my hand at this. And that's what happened.
Hey, this is Kenny Allen, and you listen to Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
Did you ever want to be on a major label, or
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I actually, there were two opportunities where I auditioned for 2 labels, and the politics of the thing didn't work out. One of them was at the time CBS, which before Sony bought Columbia Records. So it was Dr. George Butler with CBS and Sony, and then Verve Records. When Richard Sade was over the label and was doing, signing like Shirley Horn and all of them, and Betty Carter and all of them were there at that time. Yeah. But things just didn't work out. That was when I was living in New York. That kind of stuff was happening.
Oh, so you lived up here for a minute?
I've lived in Chicago and New York. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, I was born and raised in New York, so I live in Connecticut now, though.
I lived in Brooklyn and Flatbush.
Oh, right, shoot. You right there. I went to Erasmus Hall High School. On Flatbush Avenue.
Oh, yeah. I taught at Boys and Girls High School also while I was there.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, so shout out to Boys and Girls. Shout out to Brooklyn, Boys and Girls High School, E Hall, everybody up in there. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to have James D. Train Williams on here in a couple of weeks.
Oh, wow.
And
that's a force right there.
Okay, and he went to Erasmus also.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, shout out. So I want to play something from the second album because you did, there's so many good songs in it. I love Love Dance anyway, and I love Tenderly, but you did a remake of Love is Stronger Than Pride.
Yes.
And you put your own little spin on it. And,
yes.
I think I'm going to play that for the folks.
Okay.
Check this out, y'all. This is Love is Stronger Than Pride. Y'all know Sade's version, but this is Roderick Harper's version.
That I intend to stop living, won't pretend I'm no good at forgiving, but I can't hate you, although I have tried. I still really love you. Love is stronger than pride. I still really, really love you. Oh, well. Now I won't pretend that I intend to stop living, won't pretend I'm no good at forgiving, but I can't hate you, although I have tried. I still really, really love you. Love is stronger than pride. I still really
Excuse me. Yes. Love that. Now, who came up with that arrangement? How did you come up to change that up?
That album was produced by Nicolas Payton. It's a jazz trumpeter and just all around great musician, the founder of BAM, Black American Music. I told him I wanted to do I wanted to have like a second line groove to it. So, he put together an incredible arrangement of that horn arrangement and everything like that. So, yeah.
Yeah,
that's Nicolas Payton. That's his finger.
That came out bad. That's bad. And if you want to hear this whole thing, if you want to listen to this whole album also, it's called The Essence of Roderick Harper. Yeah. And it came out in 2003. Check it out. Do you have any hard copies of these old albums?
I do not. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the masters of my first album, because we're coming on the 25th anniversary of that album. I want to reissue it. So I'm working on that. So as they get older, I'm going to reissue them as vinyl. That's my plan.
That's what I'm talking about. Bring it out. Because you know that 2702, that vinyl gets constant played in my house.
Oh, I love that album.
That album is off the chain from beginning to end, boy. Ooh, we gonna get to that way, y'all. I love that album. So yeah, I would love to have all these on the album, you know. If you can't see back there, but if you look back there, I got all my albums stacked up over here. So yeah. Check this one. It's The Essence of Roderick Harper. It came out in 2003. If you love it, if you're going to go on and download it and be prepared, you know, to get the vinyl eventually. If you're a vinyl head like I am, I love vinyl. I love reading the liner notes. Looking at
too. Yeah. I grew up on that. That's what drew me in.
Yeah. And I said, wait a second, that's the same person. I'll hear a voice, or I hear a solo, or I hear something that sounds like somebody else. I said, oh, that's so-and-so because he's on this album. And you wind up putting the pieces together, you know. Oh, wow, they work for them, and they work with them, and they work with that. So before you know it, you know the whole bio on somebody.
You expand your knowledge, really, of the music and who does what.
Yep. So that's missing in today's times, you know. And I'm glad that vinyl is coming back, is making a comeback.
That's why I made sure I put all my liner notes in the vinyl as well as the CD.
Hi, this is Mason. You're listening to my friend Troy on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.
You took a break. Now, from 2003 to 2000, what was you doing for 15 years?
Well, how do I say this? Okay, so I got married in 96. So initially I was living down here. My former wife is from Chicago. And as we started having children, I have two girls, well, they're grown women now. I ended up moving to Chicago. So the last record I did there was the Essence of. And then we'll say my focus shifted towards family.
Yeah.
And so I intentionally and unintentionally kind of never pulled away from music completely, but in terms of my focus was more on working on my family unit and making that happy. And so it kind of pulled me away from the actual recording aspect. I still was like performing around Chicago and in the Midwest area, but just not as much.
I totally get it. Because, you know, I kind of feel what you're saying on that, because I haven't been as active as I have been in early 2000s and stuff like that, because family, I got a 14-year-old daughter. My daughter's not grown yet.
Yeah, I have a 25 and a 24-year-old, so they're on their own now.
Ain't mad at that. We were talking about this album here, The Essence of Roderick Harper. So check that out. He has Love Dance on there. We all know Love Dance, and Tenderly, and all such wonderful songs that he has done. And his voice just caressed all of these songs. And
thank you.
Yeah. And then we came into 2018. Like we said, there was a 15-year hiatus to take care of family. And then in 2018, we have Perfect Imperfections.
Yes.
Yeah.
there's a lot to that.
Yeah, that title. What made you come up with that title?
I had a black divorce. You know what that is?
I can speculate, but I'm not going to guess.
It wasn't a divorce in the court yet. We were legally we were separated. I moved back to New Orleans, basically starting from scratch with my life, figuring out who I was, what I wanted out of life, the whole thing, getting to figure me out, and then what I wanted to do with my life. And so when I moved back, it was a process of reconnecting with the music community. Of course, a lot had changed. Katrina had changed a whole lot, so that had already passed. So a lot of people that I knew were no longer here, and there were a whole new group of musicians here. It was a humble rebirthing of me. And the reason why I called it Perfect Imperfections is because I believe definitely now that, everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. So it is perfect, even in its imperfections, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty of life, really. This album was me. I didn't have any money or anything like that. I recorded this in a house studio. The piano was in the living room. We were in another, it was very humble experience. I didn't have anybody producing me, didn't have any money. So I had to learn it was a part of the process of me getting to know, hear my inside voice, which is, of course, I believe, was God, getting back in touch with him in terms of listening to him and letting me know what was right and what was wrong and what I needed to do. And this album, the process of recording this album helped with the beginning of that journey. So that's why I call it Perfect Imperfections.
Hey, this is Corey Day, and you're listening to Troy Saunders on the Bass Podcast.
Never Will I Marry. With that, is that say to you for the next time?
Well, no. I mean, there's multiple reasons for that song. Part of it is, and I tell this when I'm performing, part of it was, at the time my emotions were kind of raw, but that wasn't the main reason why. But the main reason was, I tell in my shows that the reason why that I'm here is because of the two artists that recorded that originally, that I heard from, which was Nancy Wilson and Cannonball Adderley. My parents, my father was at a party here in New Orleans, and my mother was at a party here in New Orleans with her fiance. And my father was here with his cousin. And he saw her from across the room and saw her and was like, I'm going to marry her. And of course, my cousin was like, his cousin was like, sure. He went over there, found an opportunity to talk to her, got her number, and called her, asked her out for a date. Their first date was Cannonball Adderley and Nancy Wilson in the Dillard University gym. And that album has lived, as long as I can remember, it was always in my house. So I know that album backwards and forwards. Eventually I'm going to record some of the other songs on it, but that at the time, that was just a song that I chose to do, again, because of some of the raw feelings I was having at the time. But yeah, I just love that album, and I love everything about it. And it's a part of me. Yeah. And it just seemed like a good time to sing that song.
Well, you know what? That sounds like a perfect time to play this song. Let's play your version of it. This is Never Will I Marry, y'all.
All right. Was that too much? Okay.
Never, never will I wed. Born to wander solitary, wide my world, narrow my bed. Never, never will conscience, no cares, no memories to mourn, no turning, for I was born to wander solitary. Why my world, narrow my bed, never, never will I marry, born to wander till I'm dead. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love your voice. I love the song. I mean, you would never thought that was recorded in somebody's apartment. You know, the sound quality sounds great.
A good friend of mine that did the mixing and mastering of it. He does all of Harry Connick's records. So he's a genius.
Well, he worked his magic on it because it sounds like it was done in a studio.
Yeah, actually, and I'll tell you this. I didn't know it, but the studio only recorded in mono. So the actual album was actually recorded in mono, and I didn't know until I gave it to my friend to master. And so he had to create an atmosphere that was stereo.
Wow. So he really worked on that.
He really worked on that.
He worked his magic definitely on that.
Yes, he did.
So if y'all want to hear some magic at work, y'all have to go. Y'all got to go get this album, man. Because
perfect imperfections.
Yes, the title is so aptly named now. You get all the insights on the title and what all went into it. I love it. So, and I can play more from that all day too, because that's another bad album. But I'm trying to give everybody a little bit of each album, because then we have the next thing, Evolving. That speaks for itself. That title.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
And you do. You cover some great songs, and like I said earlier, Yvonne Lins and Betty Carter. I mean, some of the songs your song selection is stellar.
Thank you.
As well as writing yourself.
I was turned on by my time working with Terrence Blanchard. When I first started working with him, he had an album that was coming out at that time called The Heart Speaks. So, I knew that whole album backwards and forwards, and I always enjoyed really everything on that album. And so, so I wanted to try that one. When I did Love Dance, I didn't really know who Yvonne Lins was. I didn't really learn more about him until I was working with Terrence. Yeah, he inspired that. And then the Betty Carter tune was inspired by Betty Carter. When I was in college, they had what they called the Jazzmobile. It's not the same as it used to be when the artists, they would actually have these grants where these artists who were still, these very legendary artists were still alive, would come around to the colleges and basically share their knowledge with us and give us a performance, and we would work with them and perform with them. And so Betty Carter was one of those artists. And then I also had an opportunity when I moved to New York. When I lived in this brownstone, I worked with, I lived with basically her band at the time. So, I love Betty.
Wow. I met her, I think, what year was that? 96 or something like that. And a friend of mine sang background for Mariah. No, it must have been. No, it was like 96. And a friend of mine sang background for Mariah Carey, and he knew Shaka. So he was like, and Shaka was singing at the Blue Note this night. So he said, come on, we got to go see Shaka, and we got to go say hi to her. I said, is a fish head waterproof? If you get me in there, of course. So he goes knock on the door, the dressing room door, and who's in there with Shaka, with Betty Carter and Mickey Howard. And she's like, come on in, baby, come on in. And I'm in awe. I'm like, oh my God, I'm here with Betty Carter, Mickey Howard, and Shaka Khan. Did I fall and arrive in heaven or something like that? And they were just having a good time and talking to me. And I was like, wow, how cool are these women right here?
Exactly.
So, yeah, Betty Carter, God rest her soul.
Yes.
Beautiful legend. Woman. Beautiful.
Greetings, it's Chester Gregory, also known as Chess, and you're listening to the Bass Entertainment Podcast with the homie Troy.
Look what I got.
To have her love is all that a man could want. To hold her close is heaven. To watch the sun come up each day. With joy, I took a chance, and there she was for me. She took my hand, I said, would you be my wife? My fantasy had come true, and now my world is free and nice and sweet, for she is all I'll ever need in life.
Yeah. You know, I hate to fade that. That's just mellow and smooth. Some songs I just hate to fade. I'm like, I want to play the whole thing for the people. But we got so much stuff to get through. I'm just trying to give them a little bit. We try to keep it moving. But if y'all like what you're hearing, please support. Go to Roderick Harper. Go on over to Spotify, YouTube. YouTube. Go to or wherever you listen to music at. Whatever.
And all the CDs are on my website as well. You can get if you're a CD collector, the hard copies are at RoderickHarper.com.
Oh, there you go. Get the CD. Don't wait for that. You don't have to wait for the vinyl. Get the CD and then get the vinyl. Get both. Matter of fact, shoot, I got to go over there and get the CDs. You know? So please support. Because what we say also is that, streaming and all that is cool, but it don't really pay no bills. So if you go over there and buy a CD, it's worth thousands of streams.
It really,
right?
It really is.
So going over there, if you love what you're hearing, go over there and support by buying a CD. All right, and then play the CD for other folks and make them go buy one. That's how we used to do it, right?
Yes.
That's how I used to do it. I had to play the CD. Yo, listen to this out. Listen to this album right here. Oh, that's bad. All right, let me go get one. Listen to this CD. And we got to bring that back because, folks need to live and survive and eat and pay their mortgage.
Yes, they drive Uber all the time.
Right? So, yeah, please support the independent artists. That's another thing that we love to do over here. That's the main thing that we do. We mainly bring the independent artists, the people that you might not hear on a day-to-day basis. This is what we do here at Bass Entertainment. If you love what you're hearing, please, again, support. Now, I'm only going to play one because I want to get to 2702 and the latest project. But before we get there, we have Back to Love.
Yes. The first R&B album that I did, or EP, whatever you want to call it. Yes. That was me just stepping out there, like, again, I've been singing R&B like the majority of my life. Just, I never documented it. I never recorded it. So this was my first venture into that arena, I guess you could say, just to see what would happen,
And how did you feel were people used to you singing jazz, and then when you put out an R&B album, did they feel like, well, what does he think he doing? We used to doing this, or did they just follow you like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about?
Oh, well, yeah. Everybody, or people in the industry were like, just like a record label would be like, you do jazz, that's what you do, not R&B. But I like to tell people, like, the first time I went to see Diane Reeves, she blew me away. This was like back at the beginning of Diane Reeves. Like she had been singing with Count Basie, but when she started doing her own thing, and I saw the way she would transition from pop tunes into jazz. And I guess the only way I can explain this is like when you're singing, you sing in different head spaces based on like the kind of style or whatever you're trying to emote. And to go from jazz or what's called jazz into like an R&B or pop thing, they're in different spaces. At least for me, they're in different spaces in my head. And I always try to put myself in, when I'm watching people perform, I'm always studying. So when I saw her perform and I watched her, and I was like, I was watching her performance, but I was really watching, to learn. And I saw how she so easily transitioned back and forth and just made it was seamless. And in my mind, when I saw that performance, I was like, that's it. That's what I want to do. And I always kept that in my head until years later, like I said, I said, well, let me try this. Let me see if I can do this. And everybody was like, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. No, you need to decide what you're going to do. Or if you're going to do that, you need to just do that. And again, it's like, I'm not signed to any kind of major label. And they're like, oh, you're going to lose your audience. I mean, yes, I'm grateful I do have an audience, but like, I'm not selling 1 million copies yet. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like what's going to happen?
Right. Right.
So I took a chance.
And you know what? I mean, we talked about Shaka. I mean, she's one of them girls. She don't care. She sing anything and everything.
Exactly. Same thing. Exactly. Shaka Khan's another perfect example of that.
So, and she ain't lose nobody.
No.
I mean, I love the versatility. I love people that can show me different sides and stuff. But it always kills me, like you say, even gospel people. If you go sing R&B, oh, you leaving the gospel, or you jazz enthusiasts, or like, oh, how dare you leave jazz and sing R&B or something like that, But
and that's another thing I wanted to get across is like, I mean, I love music.
Yeah,
I love to sing all time. I like, eventually I want to perform on Broadway. I did musicals when I was in high school. As a child, my parents took me, like I saw The Wiz when Stephanie Mills was in it originally. Mm-hmm. I saw Ben Vereen and Melba Moore when they did Pearly Victorious on Broadway. So I want to do it all.
Yeah.
And I believe that I can. Yeah. So I'm just trying to show that. And also I want to be known as a vocalist. I don't necessarily want to be known as a quote unquote jazz singer, quote unquote R&B singer, quote unquote classical singer. I want to be a vocalist. I want you, when you see me, it's like how Sammy Davis Jr., he could do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you didn't question him. You already knew, oh, that's Sammy Davis.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have that. I mean, I was going to ask you about being on Broadway because I can definitely hear you on Broadway.
Oh yeah, I'm going to get there.
Yeah, you're going to get there. Yeah. So
I'm going to get there.
I wanted to play a little something from that album. I want to play Heart's Desire.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm trying to give everybody a little bit of something off every album. And this is off of Back to Love.
Yes.
And this is Roderick Harper's first R&B offering. And
yes.
Check it out.
Searching, haven't found love in my life. Reservations about the one who would be right. Count my blessings, hoping this time I got it right. Learn my lessons, now I know how to treat my girl right. You're in the sight, be in my life. You're my heart's desire. Queen, I'm your knight, for you I fight. Feel secure in my arms. You're in the sight, be in my life. You're my heart's desire. I'll hold you close, I'll let you know how wonderful you are. You ask me how I know I'm right for you. And you said you've been hurt before, been broken in two, made mistakes, and I've grown from all of them.
Yeah. You know me, I'm going to gravitate to the love song.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm going to gravitate to that love song now. Now, I seen that you're going to be doing a show with a tribute to Luther Vandross coming up.
Yes, but before I want to say this about that project, Back to Love, was so therapeutic for me because it forced me to write more. Like all the songs were written, by me. It forced me to start working out some of the things that were going on in my head and stuff like that. So it was very, very therapeutic. And then that particular song wasn't even supposed to be on the album. I had already started the mixing and mastering process when I decided, I got inspired to write that song. And so we hurry up and went in the studio and did it. And it's really my favorite song off that album. As well as the video was so much fun to create as well.
I love that song. That's why I picked it out. I said, this song, I love this song right here. Yeah, it's funny. Whenever I do these podcasts, I always see to pick the artist's favorite songs and stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's crazy. But I guess it means we just got good ears.
There you go.
But yeah, that's my song. I love that song on that album. So yeah, check that out, y'all. Please support. Then we're going to go to 2702.
Yes, you were saying something about the Luther show.
Oh yeah, right. We got off the subject a little bit, but yeah, I see you got a show coming up with a tribute to Luther Vandross.
Yeah, that's going to be in Baltimore in September. I think it's September 8th. A friend of mine that I went to school with, he just called me up out of the blue and was like, if I asked you to do a Luther Vandross tribute, would you do it? And without hesitation, I'm like, sure. So that's kind of how it actually happened. I love Luther. Yeah. I love, I've studied, I studied him, of course, when he was here. I'm really excited about that show, doing that. And I hope that I can do more of those once I complete that one. But again, I want to be able to display my versatility. Like I've been singing Luther since his first album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, So that's just been that was one of my, Luther Vandross was like a staple in my wedding gig songs when I would sing for weddings and stuff like that. So
right, you can't do anything with love without doing Luther. If it's somebody get married, you better put some Luther in there somewhere.
Exactly. So I'm gonna give them all that. So I'm looking forward to that show.
Shoot, I'm trying to see if I can get down to Baltimore.
There you go. I think they're actually going to do like a pay-per-view type of a situation on that too. So I'm going to advertise that as well.
Oh, cool.
So you can watch it from wherever you are.
Hey, this is Sticks Bones, that grooving, moving drummer, and you're listening to my man Troy Saunders right here on the Bias Entertainment Podcast. Salute.
Oh, we only get to 2702. That's what we get into.
Yeah,
2702. Now, like you said, that's your favorite, and me too. I can put that on from beginning to end, and just when we say get my life.
Yes, that was. That has to be the most incredible process and recording experience that I've ever had. And I really owe that all to Jameson Ross, who was a producer and the drummer on the album.
That's a bad boy right there.
Yeah, and he pushed me to grow, which is what I wanted. Because before then, I guess the next best experience I had was the Essence of when Nicolas was producing me, because he would push me and he knew how to communicate with me as a producer and a musician to get the best out of me. And so this was that on steroids in terms of the growth and experience. He forced me to dig deeper in terms of my writing, to look inward more, and just the whole process. I learned a lot from that experience. And it just, you knew in the studio, you knew that this was something special. This wasn't, this was special.
It is. It really is. And I mean, slice of life, genuine, all day, all night. I mean, the whole thing is just.
Thank you.
Incredible. So when you came with that in vinyl, I said, all right, I got to get my copy of that. Because that's, when I get a vinyl, it's got to be something that I can play all the way through. And that you can play all the way through from beginning to end. But you don't have to pick up the needle for nothing.
And that's what we wanted.
Exactly. So I want to play Slice of Life.
Okay.
That's one of my favorites too. Check this out. This is off of 20. Oh, let's talk about the title. 2702.
Yes. How did I get that title?
Yes.
So while we were recording the album, Jameson had this young lady to document, she was videoing the whole process and stuff like that. So after we finished the actual recording, he set up this interview type thing where he would have he interviewed the musicians and then he interviewed me. And so when he was interviewing me, he was asking me, different questions. And I don't know, I'm just an emotional, I was getting emotional or whatever. But he asked me, I can't remember the specific question, but it led into it. And basically he was asking me, where did I find, I guess the most peace, or where did I find love at, or where did I feel most loved? And I said 2702 Muskogee Street. He was like, "What's that?" I said, "That was the home that I grew up in." And he was like, 2702. Sounds like an album title to me. Mm-hmm. I was like, you know what? You're right. Mm-hmm. And that's how it happened.
Well, aptly named.
Very organic.
for the album that's given a whole lot of love to a whole lot of people. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is we're gonna play Slice of Life. So check this out, y'all.
take you out sometime so that I can get to know you. One-on-one, just quality time. Little slice of life to show you. We can ride up, down, or go to Auburn Zoo. I can see you blushing while I'm smiling back at you. Yeah, I see you blushing too. Later on, take that streetcar. I'll give you the window seat. And while we're having light conversation, your hair blows gently in the breeze. And then we'll eat at Melba's or Little Lizzie's, all that really good food. Hang at Snug Harbor Bistro, listen to that great music too. I might even sing a few. Way down.
I just love the swing of that song.
Thank you.
Love it. What's your favorite song on this album?
Ooh, it's really hard because just like I said, the whole album was an experience for me. Just that whole it just was. It exceeded my expectations in terms of just the whole thing. Like I knew how I wanted it, and it was that. And then some, you know. I mean, so I don't have a particular favorite on there, you know. I mean, if I had to pick a specific, really all of them, but Genuine, and that's only because it comes from me healing, you know, healing from heartbreak and whatever, so. That's the only, and I didn't even realize that until I actually performed it for the first time. Like I almost started crying the first time I sang it because I was like really like getting into like what I was saying, and I was like, oh man, like I can't believe I'm simply about to cry while I'm singing the song.
That's what everybody said. That's all right, baby. That's all right.
I was embarrassed actually, but it's cool.
No, people like that emotion.
I can be a waterworks. I have to control it.
So, well, let's play a little Genuine. And because I had a toss up between that one and All Day All Night.
Oh man,
I like both of those. Well, like I said, I like the whole thing. And then you cover, Here's a Rainy Day, Infant Eyes. I mean, classics. And you just put your own little touch on it. That's just incredible. So,
that Rainy Day was really inspired by Phyllis Hyman. That was the first person I heard sing that.
So yeah, and she tears it up. I mean,
yeah. And then Gene Carn, in terms of Infant Eyes, Gene Carn,
Gene and Doug Carn,
Doug Carn's ex-wife. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, classics.
Yes.
Stuff that I was emoting on when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
They're like, "What are you listening to?" Oh, this is Eloise Laws. This is Gene Carr.
Back in D.C., that was WHUR, The Quiet Storm with Melvin Lindsay. He was killing it. I didn't even know half the stuff I was singing about, but I knew it touched me.
Exactly. Be like my family said, you be up there all in your feelings. That sure was.
Absolutely.
So we gonna play Genuine, y'all. Check this out.
Once upon a time, I thought in my mind I would find true love, someone to love me completely, yearning to be returned. All of my attempts left me with deficits, just standing alone, never finding one who had genuine love. Genuine love, peace of a dove, my shoulder to cry on, compassion and trust. Genuine love, peace of a dove, my shoulder to cry on, compassion and trust. Someone who loved me completely, ups and downs, good or bad, come with me. Someone to share my
Yo,
life.
I just want to tell the people out there, I hope you're enjoying this episode here because I know I am. You know, this is like the quiet storm on Roderick Harper right here. You know, and you know, I just love the music. I love the vibe that we're giving, and like I said, like Roderick and I both said, you know, we gravitate to the slow jams. So hope it's not too slow for y'all. I hope you're feeling it.
Wake up!
But we're going to get to the latest album and please support, like I said before, go get that 2702. If you like what you're hearing, you really going to like this whole album. I mean, I can't big it up more than I have already. Please, please go get that album. That album, you still got albums?
Absolutely.
All right, go. Y'all better go and get that album, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. It's a wonderful piece of work. And yeah, you know Jameson Ross, that boy is just bad. I mean, his latest singles, I mean, I love all the stuff that he comes out with too. I mean, he just did a DJ Rogers remake and what's the other song that he just did? That I just play that joint over and over and over again. He can sing, play. He just a bad brother. Huh?
Say You Love Me.
That's the DJ Rogers song that he just did. Shoot. I mean, please. And you know you can't mess with DJ because DJ be singing his face off.
Yes.
Another person had me all in my feelings. We talk about Beulah Jean. Remember that? Beulah Jean. I was in there crying. Beulah got a wig. So I was like, so yeah, but Jameson did his thing on that Say You Love Me. So, but yeah, and so you know who we're talking about when we say who helped Roderick with his album. So you know it's going to be bad. You know it is bad. So please check it out. Check it out, y'all.
What's up, everybody? This is Cecily, and you're listening to Troy Saunders on Bass Entertainment Podcast.
Now we're going to get to the latest and the greatest.
There you go.
Right? We're going to get to the latest and the greatest album. I just had to give you a little bit of everything, you know. But we have made our way to the latest album. It's called Back to Love 2.
Journey to Love.
Journey to Love, yes. And it's got a little bit of everything on it. It's got a little upbeat. It's got a little, one of my favorite is Unbelievable.
Unforgettable.
Unforgettable. I'm talking about Unbelievable.
That's all right.
You know what I meant to say? Unforgettable. That sounds like it's like an ode to all your mothers, your aunties,
Absolutely.
You know, it's one of those type of songs that just gives a shout out to all the ladies in your life. And I want to start off with that one. Now, we know, we know what it's talking about. What made you come up with that concept?
Trying to open myself up to talk about more than my heartache and stuff like that. Just trying to do a little, trying to stretch out a little bit more and challenge myself a little bit more to express a little bit more. So I said, well, let me do, like a tribute to all the women in my life, and then, until, something that, all women could connect with, so.
And if you get the women in your pocket, that's it.
There you go. They buy the records.
They do.
And they get the guys to go to the concert.
Exactly. So, you got to get the women in your pocket. You get the women in your pocket, you good.
Yeah. They know how to spin.
Yes, they do. So this is off the latest album. This is Unforgettable, y'all. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. All the ladies out there, this is for you all. All right?
Absolutely.
This is for you all. Because you're all unforgettable.
I remember long ago, my daddy told me, when you know, searching for that soul to soul, evenly yoked, help me to grow. You're unforgettable, so amazing, that's what you are. When God made you, He left nothing to chance. He gave me all I want in a woman. Soft-spoken, with a mind of her own. Well-cultured, classy for sure. Knows how to joke around, dance and how to get down. The kind of woman I adore. My minister asked me long ago, is she the type of woman to make a house a home? Knows how to comfort you and inspire you to be greater too. You're unforgettable, so amazing, that's what you are. When God made you, He left nothing to chance. He gave me all I want in a woman.
Yeah. I got to tease y'all a little bit. Because I want you to go on out there and support. Is this on CD?
It will be. I'm getting them pressed now.
All right. So y'all can go on and get to. You can download it for now.
The pre-order is set up on the website, so they can pre-order it.
All right. Then don't download it. Go on and get the pre-order.
There you go.
Okay, get the pre-order. So when it's hot off the presses, you be the first one to get in your little hot hands, and play it for everybody.
There you go.
Because, like I said, we always say that, streaming is not paying the folks. We got to get money in our artists' hands. If we love these artists, we got to show them by supporting. All right.
And it goes right back into the music. Trust me, at least mine does. It goes right back into.
Matter of fact, where are you going to be besides Baltimore? You got any other shows coming up?
I have. I'm working on something for Chicago. It hasn't been locked in yet. And I'm working on something in, was it Hilton Head, North Carolina? South Carolina, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, South Carolina. And then there's another show in Florida I'm working on as well. So as an independent artist, it's like they come one at a time. They don't, I don't have a booking agent or anything like that. I do basically everything on my own. So.
Hey, believe me, I totally understand it. So y'all going over to his website. Give everybody a website so they can go check out when your shows come up, where to get these CDs, where to get the album, and where to follow you, where they know to find out what's going on with you on a daily basis.
RoderickHarper.com, RoderickHarper.com.
All right now. And of course you can follow him on Instagram.
Yes,
Facebook.
Instagram, all the social medias, yeah.
You even on TikTok.
Just Google me and it'll all pop up.
Exactly. It took me a while to get on TikTok, but finally I did it like about a month or two ago.
Yeah, I'm on there. I still haven't quite figured that one out. I haven't had as much success yet with it. You know, I haven't gone viral. I've done okay, but I haven't gone viral yet. I'm
just learning this TikTok thing too. But yeah. And then, the people that said this follow, I'm like, there are a lot of people in Africa that are really into the music because I'm getting a lot of followers from Africa.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I would love to go perform there. Well, overseas period, but I really would love to go there. I plan on going to Africa one day. I don't know when. I would love to perform for my people over there.
It's coming.
I believe it.
Hey, this is Devon Howard, and you're listening to Bass Entertainment Podcast.
Yeah. So what other plans you have? We know we got this album out now, but I know you got. I'm
trying to get over to Europe this time. I'm going to have to come out of my pocket, to get over there. So I'm figuring that out. I'm actually, because I always think like a year or two ahead. I've already started writing for my next jazz project. So my goal is to go into the studio before the end of the year to have another jazz project out in the spring, summer of next year. Because I want to go back and forth like between the R&B and the jazz every other year. So I've already started working on that. I've got like four songs already. So we'll see what becomes of them and the rest of that. So I'm excited about that as well. And I'm working on getting more gigs. I'm always working to get more gigs. It's a uphill battle, but it's not an impossible uphill battle. I just have to stay persistent with it, and it works out. It will. When it's the right time, it happens.
It most definitely will, because when they say the cream rises to the top, and you the cream, man.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
You the cream. I want younger generations also to get into it, as well as the seasoned music lovers. When you go to your shows, there's some young people there also, and
it's been an interesting mix. It's been 28, 29, mostly like in the 30s and up, but in recent years, especially once I did the R&B project, it pulled in a younger group, like the 20s, early 20s, and it was interesting going from that into 2702 because I was worried about how many of them I would lose, and it actually, with the help of Jay Ross, who's an incredible marketing promotions person. Soul Cravers.
Yes. Shout out to Jay Ross. That's my boy.
He really helped me build that bridge for those folks that only knew me for the R&B, like people that I had just gotten their ear from the R&B and then introduced them to some of the other stuff that I did. And they actually, it was very well received. Like 2702 to date is my best-selling album. Like, it's streaming. I'm almost at 150,000 streams. So like for me, that's like incredible, and I've almost sold I'm a little over half of the vinyls that I've sold, and I'm pretty much out of the CDs. All so right. It's definitely been a blessing. So
and it's definitely well worth it.
Thank you.
Well worth it, y'all. Y'all let them get the rest of them. Y'all better go and buy the rest of them vinyls.
Come on, get them.
Come on, get them, y'all.
I'll mail them out tomorrow.
Okay. I got mine. It's right up here on the stack.
Yes.
Right up here. Right up in the front. I want to show it to y'all. Like they can see it.
Like they see it.
But it's definitely right up here in my most played stack. Right by the record player. But yeah, let's play another R&B song here. Up the late, let's play. We start off with "Love in the Air." Now, the beginning song, if you remember, it's called "Love Is in the Air," and that's off of the latest album. I'm also going to play My Greatest Love, and I'm going to play Eternal Love.
Okay.
And let's not forget also, he does an incredible rendition of Love Won't Let Me Wait.
Wow. Thank you.
And everybody can't sing that song. Once Luther put his thing on it, he's just like, nobody needs to touch it again. Plus Major Harris, wore it out. But Roderick did his thing on it too. And you know what? I love it.
Thank you.
Like I said, we're going to play My Greatest Love. Check this out, y'all. And then we're going to go to Eternal Love. We're going to talk a second. Then we're going to end it with Eternal Love. So this is My Greatest Love, y'all.
Work hard all day, trying to navigate all the challenges in my life. Hard times make good worth it in the very end. Can't wait to get home to your loving arms, my lover and my friend. Not a perfect man, but I want to be the kind that makes you feel secure.
Come on, Roger. Bring the love song back now. Bring it on back. Shoot, let people know we need some love songs out there. These kids don't know about no love song. We gotta school them on it.
Yeah, I co-wrote that with a friend of mine named Andrew Scott. His nickname is Drewski. Out of L.A. And I really was inspired by one of my favorite songs by Faith Evans, Soon As I Get Home. Mm-hmm. Like that song was just it for me. So it was kind of inspired out of that. I wanted to have that kind of feel with the overlaps and, just a whole lot of movement and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what that came out of. Yeah.
Well, I love that song. That's one of my favorites on there, too.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's one of my favorites on there. I love that song. Eternal Love, Unforgettable, Love Is in the Air. I love that, too. And, of course, your re-envision Love Won't Let Me Wait. And you just change the speed, everything. I love the changes that you did on it.
Thank you.
To make it uniquely yours. You Lutherfied it. You Lutherfied Luther.
There you go. Well, eventually that'll be a single. Wait till you see the video for it. We did something unique on that.
All right. Well, shoot, since it's going to be a matter of fact, we should go out with that one then.
Okay.
We should go out with that one since that's going to be the next single.
I don't know if that's going to be the next single.
But you said a
single.
single.
Be a single.
All right. So
I have to consult with Jay first.
Let's see. So should we go with Eternal Love or should we go out with Love Won't Let Me Wait?
No, you can go out with Love Won't Let Me Wait. That's cool.
All right. Since we talked it up so much, y'all, we're going to go out with Love Won't Let Me Wait. But before we go out, I got to thank Mr. Roderick Harper for coming on here and gracing us. Because like I said earlier in this conversation, I've been trying to get this brother on for a long time. Before the 2702, and then 2702 came out, I said, oh, wait a second. Yeah. This came out. We got to talk about this album right here. I'm kind of like upset that, the latest album came out before I could talk to him because really I wanted to play all the 2702. Oh, man. No, but I love the latest album also.
Thank you so much.
Please, everybody, support. And thank you for coming on and gracing us and telling us your story and sharing the music and what went behind it. I'm sure everybody appreciated it, and I know I did.
Well, it's been my pleasure, and you make it easy, so I appreciate you and everything that you're doing for independent artists and for me as well. So thank you very much.
Like when I love what I hear, I'm in it. Thank you again for coming on. Thank you for everybody for listening. I hope you enjoyed this smooth, laid back episode. I know I like a little. I think most people that listen to my podcast love a good love song anyway, because they know that's how I get down.
Well, they got love song overload today.
Right. I know. I feel like they appreciate a good love song. So you are definitely in the right place today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you continue to listen. Once again, we're listened to in like 52 countries, which surprised me, but I'm so glad when I see those numbers come back. You know, it's crazy. It's weird when I started this, I never thought that it would. You only think about your country. You only think about, what you're doing. You're not really thinking the reach of it initially. Even though it's possible.
That's the beauty of it. When you're doing something sincerely, you're not focused on that. That takes care of itself.
Yeah. So
like you said, the cream always rises to the top. There you go.
Well, thank you, my brother. Thank you. That's why we both here riding on the top. And when don't be a stranger. Come on back.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't make me wait so long next time, though.
It won't be. I'll see you in the spring.
Oh yeah. Come on back in the spring.
Yeah.
So we are going to go out with "Love Won't Let Me Wait." Like I said, we've been doing love songs, so we might as well just keep it going, y'all. So once again, thank you, Roderick, for coming on. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, Recording Academy, again. Thank you. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get to work.
I can't wait for you to vote for me.
That's right. Put it in for consideration.
There you go.
I'm in there now. Shoot, y'all can't tell me that. Try to see I'm gonna get to the Grammys next year. We'll see. But once again, thank you all. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we had doing it. Yeah. And until we meet again, let's continue to love one another. Let's continue to share love. Let's continue to support our independent artists and uplift one another. There's enough things out here trying to bring us down. Let this place be a space to uplift and bring you up, okay? So this is Love Won't Let Me Wait. And until next week, peace, y'all.
The time is right. You'll hold me tight, and love's got me high. Please tell me yes, and don't say no, honey, not tonight. I need to have you next to me in more ways than one. I refuse to leave till I see the morning sun creeping through your window pane. Love won't let me away. Not 1 minute, baby. The time is right. Turn down the lights, baby. Won't you take my hand, baby? Won't you take?
Hey, it's your girl, Allison Williams.
Hey, this is Devon Howard.
Hi, this is Beth. Hi, this is myself.
Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody, this is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tangeray Hayward.
Hey, everybody, this is Jazzy.
Hi, this is Mason.
Hey, everybody, this is Russell Taylor.
Hey, guys, what's up? This is Ness.
Hey, this is Kenny Allen.
What's up, everybody? This is Cecily.
Hey, this is Corey Day.
Hey, this is your girl, Castella.
Hey, everybody, this is Rebecca J.
Hey, everyone, this is Hill Street Soul.
What's up, good people? This is bassist Hubert Hughes IV.
This is Melvin Lee Davis.
Yo, wait a second, this is Noel Gordon.
Hey, this is your girl, Lady Alma, and you're listening to my friend Troy Saunders on the Bass Entertainment Podcast.